Some of you appearance over the chapters of your lifestyles. And also you have a Teka, observe darkish chapters, valley chapters, dependency chapters, failure chapters, and also you say, I'm ashamed of those chapters. I simply need you to understand these days that your tail need to now no longer be locked up due to fear, disgrace, or embarrassment. Your tail is one of the maximum effect equipment that God can use due to the fact whilst God has gotten a preserve of you. It's who you were. It's now no longer who you are. Because there may be something approximately a tail that's greater effective than a lecture, it's greater private than a message, that connects in deeper methods than a book, a movie, due to the fact that is your tail. It's particular to you. It's now no longer shared via way of means of each person else. It is truly the maximum effective tool that God will use in different people's lives. You say, oh pastor, you do not know what I did and you do not know how ashamed of it I am. I trust that it's a part of what makes our tail effective is the darkest chapters. You should be inclined to say, my messes end up part of my message. It's to be a part of the splendor of what God does. Not that I had all of it together. However, it is a part of the splendor of what God does in my lifestyles. It's a part of your tail. God does now no longer see you, want you notice yourself. God does now no longer see you, want you notice you. See, you notice all your limits? You see all your regrets? You see all your weaknesses? Do you notice all your struggles? God sees new functions for your lifestyles. God sees capacity for you. There is no one right here. This is washed up. There is no one right here proper now. This is discarded. There is not anything which you've done. There is no disgrace which you deliver, it's so heavy. There's no sin too wonderful that the electricity and beauty of Jesus Christ can't wash over and repurpose every part of your lifestyles. He can repurpose you. And I found out searching on the Bible that there may be a first-rate topic. And the topic is this. The tale isn't over. It's now no longer over. And this is the great factor, approximately the gospel, due to the fact they crucified him and that he turned into inside the grave. But 3 days later, the tale wasn't over. He rose from the grave. He rose, and he walked out of the tomb. And human beings noticed the Son of God. There had been witnesses, and now the disciples have the Spirit of God, and they are spreading the gospel all over the world. The enemy notion it turned into over. However, it is now no longer over. And I found out what seemed just like the end, and lots of memories out of the Bible, turned into simply a setup for God's energy, and His grace and His mercy, your worst second. That second which you dreaded. That second that gave you tension and stress and regarded just like the worst second of your life, God is the usage of it for His glory. God can use it for His energy. It may be a tale you'll by no means overlook, and you'll proportion together along with your own circle of relatives and their generations to come. Let me inform you in which I used to be, but God led me out of it and He did the impossible. Your worst second can be a setup for God's finest move. Your tail is one of the most effective matters that certain human beings are going to pay attention to. There are many human beings in society these days that will by no means come to a church. They have too many hang-ups, baggage, stereotypes, misconceptions, and prejudice from time to time in opposition to Christianity. They'll by no means stroll right into a church. They are now no longer going to pay attention to Christian radio. But you realize who they will pay attention to. They'll pay attention to a friend, a neighbor, an acquaintance that has a tail. Now no longer a lecture, because maximum human beings do not want a lecture. What they want to pay attention is that God is real in the way He has labored on your life. They want to pay attention. Your tail infused with the gospel. The maximum effective device you have is your tail. No, you can actually argue in opposition to your tail. Your testimony is just like the earlier then and after images in which you may describe to them. This is who I turned into and that is who I'm becoming. This is who God is making me. It's the dwelling billboard to the grace of God and the goodness of God. And I need to undertake in you now no longer to hide. Your tail, now no longer to shut your tail. Now no longer to be insecure. Approximately sharing your tail, or even the darkest chapters due to the fact your tail is an effective reminder of the goodness and the grace of God. And I need you to recognize that. Equal strength, that's to be had, that raised Jesus from the useless, is the equal strength which could definitely extract circumstances. The query is, are you inclined to permit yourself to get hold of the tale that Jesus is writing for you? Or are you going to live with inside the equal old damaged stories? I'm now no longer finished with inside the tale of my marriage. I'm now no longer finished in the tale of my business. I'm now no longer finished with inside the tale of my relationships. I'm now no longer finished with the member of the family I think is finished. I'm now no longer finished. Jesus has greater for me due to the fact Jesus is the wish of the world. But in Christ, I can do all things via Him, as He strengthens my life each unmarried day. So do not live damaged with inside the tale that you are improper now. Don't live the equal character, which you've constantly been due to the fact Jesus wishes a lot greater for you. He would not come criticizing, critiquing, and correcting. He comes converting and transforming. And whilst you agree with Christ on this life, He would not promise you that the whole lot's going to be okay and it is all going to be easy. He guarantees you that with inside the quit, the whole lot can be okay due to the fact he is with you. Maybe your tale is with inside the center of a few painful paragraphs, but this too shall pass. And these paragraphs are simply a part of a larger tale that God is writing. So our announcement is this: I will now no longer stay like I do not know the quit of the tale. I recognize the way it ends, and each tear can be wiped away, and each damaged factor can be made beautiful. No, depend how defeated you sense or hopeless your state of affairs would possibly seem, your tale is not over, and the bankruptcy which you're in isn't always your conclusion. God continues to be God. God has now no longer misplaced his touch, so may none hold on. This bankruptcy you are in, it can be difficult, and it is able to be heavy. However, it has now no longer come to live. It has come to pass. But pay attention to me. Even in case you cannot pretty see God in your tale, he sees you. And one day, perhaps even in this aspect of heaven, you may appearance return in this bankruptcy, and you may see that God was with you. And each tear which you cried and each prayer which you whispered, he has constantly been with inside the shadows, and you can agree with him together along with your tale.